Yeah, well, let's maybe talk about I think the last item I have is like the rumors of a remake, and I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, so it's very heavily rumored to be on the slate to be remade. By the time this episode comes out, we might have more light shed on that, much like it was shed on Leech Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the kind of biggest smoking gun I saw, I mean, besides kind of leaks from, people that have a good track record of leaking Resident Evil things, there was a voice actor slash mocap
Okay.
actor. Yeah, and he put something on his resume that he was working on like a project Chamber. And then
Oh.
people were speculating that that might be like a code name for Resident Evil Zero. And then he deleted it. So
Hmm.
I don't know. It was kind of an interesting like little theory where people were
Oh, that's
noticing that.
interesting.
But yeah, we might get a remake at some point. It wouldn't surprise me if we got one. I'd be interested to see what they do. I feel like they'd maybe it's weird because co-op games aren't really as much of a thing as they were, at least not
Right.
two-person co-op games. So I don't know if
Right.
they'd stick to that same system or they do it more where almost like they did Requiem, where here's a sequence where you play as Billy, here's a sequence where you play as Rebecca, and there may be like it won't be fully stealth as Rebecca, probably the same way as was with Grace, but maybe like slightly different,
Yeah. I do
different
think
play styles.
I think that's probably right. I
Yeah.
think that's they now have a template for a kind of dual character setup that I think people responded well to with Requiem, so I could see them doing that, and it would allow them to further differentiate Rebecca and Billy beside what they did in this game, which was
Yeah,
Billy
just make
can't
Rebecca
mix
worse.
herbs.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
cool, great, you know, can't put the green,
Rebecca dies all the time.
yeah, the green sticky and the red sticky.
Yeah, he can't do it. Maybe he's
Yeah,
colorblind.
maybe, but don't you think he would
Yeah.
eventually just like figure it out? Like he'd be like, well, I'm still putting them together.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Because you can mix like a green and green. You just can't mix like a red
Right,
and red.
right. Yeah.
So yeah.
He's just like trying to mix like a yellow and a yellow.
Yeah.
He's just like, why isn't this working?
Yeah.
Um, I I mean, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Zero remake. I don't know who wants that.
Yeah, I feel like this game, like there's hardcore fans of Code Veronica. I don't really see a lot of hardcore fans of Zero. I'm sure they exist, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like they do Veronica first and see how it did before
I
they did
yeah,
Zero. Yeah.
I think so. I think so. And I'm just reading a little bit about the rumors that you mentioned, and so um apparently the one of the rumors is that the game has online co-op and partner zapping, which I'm like, that seems like a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I don't know. I don't. Again, I don't know if people want that in
I don't think so.
for
Yeah.
a Resident Evil game in 2026. Yeah, like if you want that kind of game, there's lots of those out there for you. Whereas I
Right.
don't know the crossover of like the RE fan base with wanting a online multiplayer game.
Right. And I think like, I mean, as a side note, right, Capcom has tried to do online Resident Evil stuff, multiplayer over the years, and none of it is stuck.
No, it really hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't been. They haven't been like super well received at least.
No, because there was like Resident Evil, what was it called? Like Resident Evil Renovation? No, I'm just kidding.
There
Resistance
was the Resistance. Yeah,
and then Reverse.
yeah. An Outbreak. Outbreak was a multiplayer online
Right,
one.
right. Which people I
Yeah.
do see
So
clamoring for an
yeah.
Outbreak
So
remake.
yeah, I could see them doing something like that. So yeah. I mean, as of day, Capcom, they have a really strong franchise, and I think they're going to try to maximize it and make the most money they can, especially because it probably will be, 3, 4, 5 years before we get another brand new uh, RE game.
A
So I
main
could see
line.
some remakes and side projects as kind of ties over in the meantime type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do think,
For whatever Resident Evil 10 is going to wind up being.
yeah, I mean, I do think that they're running out of obvious candidates, right? Like I think each possible
Yeah.
remake direction they could go in has like baggage, right? Or an issue. Like you could remake the original Resident Evil again. You could remake Zero, right? You could remake Code Veronica. You could remake Five, but then you have like a lot of the racist shit to deal with. You know, you could remake Six,
Yeah.
but people didn't like Six. So it's like what it's not really clear. Whereas like I think before it was like two makes sense, three makes sense, four makes sense. Now it's like, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of did already did like the fan favorites that people were really clamoring for. So yeah. So we
Yeah.
will we'll see what happens. Yeah.
We
But
will see
whatever
what
happens,
happens.
whatever happens, your friends here at Hot Zombie Summer, we'll be here to cover it.
We will cover it like white on rice.
So yeah. So but yeah, that was our series on Resident Evil Zero. So hopefully you had fun. If you like this sort of thing, go ahead and subscribe in your favorite podcast app. Give us a like, give us a rating, reach out to us on social media, follow us on social media, do all that fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
do it all.
do it all.
Do
And
it
then
all.
the next game in our series, I'm very excited about because we're gonna jump into Resident Evil 4.
That was my excitement noise.
Yeah.
It's what I do when I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I'm very excited to talk about four. It's such, I mean, I would say, do you think it's an understatement to say this is probably one of the most important video games of all time?
I think it's hard to overstate that because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you talk about just seminal games and games that really were super, super influential. And it's funny because it came, we were arguing before, but it came back around almost because the first Resident Evil was, super influential and basically invented the genre.
Yeah.
And then four really like, I mean, it didn't invent like a third person shooter, obviously, but it really sort of cracked the code and set the
Yeah.
template for what those games would be for the next decade.
Right. Over the shoulder. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
yeah, it hits a really sweet spot for me in terms of action and tone and set pieces and gameplay. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one.
Yep, yeah. I'm looking forward to it as well, and you can check that out in 2 weeks from the time you're listening to this, and you can find it right here on
Hot
Hot
zombie
Zombie
summer.
Summer.
Wow, we were like really out of sync on that one.
Yeah, well, that was pretty bad, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
but yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Progress is not linear.
progress not linear. We got to work in our zapping system.
That's right. Are we
That's
zapping
the problem.
consciousness?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So.